My hair is falling out. It's not going to do a lot of great things right now, so if you were hoping to see something good today, that's not going to happen. I'm sorry. We love chemotherapy drugs. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So, for those of you who are new to this, for those of you who are new to my channel, I'm Tessa, hi. But, my name is Tessa. I am 18 years old and I am chronically sick with there's four main ones. It's Crohn's disease, short gut syndrome, IBS, and SIBO. So I have intestinal issues. My intestines don't like me. They're basically gone. She's not even, like, doing well. Like, she's not okay. Basically, I've been sick since I was a baby, so, like, between then and now, the hospital's become, like, basically my second home. And so I go to the hospital quite a bit. It's become, like, a second home to me, and I've had a lot of weird and funny hospital/medical experiences, so I thought I'd share that with you guys. My phone is still under there. This one happened when I was like, I want to say 13, 14, which is really embarrassing because I was old enough to know better. But basically, it was one of those hospital stays where I stayed there for like literally months at a time. I think I'd been there for like a month already. And they were like, hey, we want to put a G-tube down your nose. For those of you who don't know, a G-tube is like, I'll put a picture here of like everything that I mentioned. It's a tube that like goes into your nose and into your intestines and like sticks out here. It's not fun. I only have arachnophobia and a phobia of those tubes, and they're not fun, and I hate them so much. I hate them so much, and it's like a real phobia that I have. And so it really sucks too, because like I have intestinal issues. That's like one of the main things they use for intestinal issues. So I can't win. I was never given a chance. The nurse came into my room and she was like, hey, I just want to let you know the doctors want to maybe try a G-tube. I was like, honey girl, no. I was like, you are mistaken, honey. Oh no. And she was like, no, we really have to. Like, I mean, it wasn't like a severe case, but like it was bad enough that they were like, okay, like we should do it for your safety. And I was like, my safety? Safety my butt. I'm not gonna have that in my nose. It's like, I'll be back with all the other nurses and like the doctors to put it in. Don't worry, it's gonna, like, you're gonna be okay. Like, just relax. And I was like, okay.
Okay, sounds good.
She walked away, and my mom just gave me this look, and she was like, what are you thinking? And I was like, no, like my brilliant actor's self was like, oh yeah, you know, I know what I should do to get out of this. But, and I think, honestly, this is sad, but this is like when I realized that I loved acting, which is like a sad way to discover that about yourself. A different nurse came back, and I don't know why they believed me, but I was like, I just want to let you know that, like, if you put that tube in me, it's not going to end well. And they were like, what do you mean? And I was like, well, and I made up this, like, whole scientific thing that I was, like, allergic to the silicone they used, or something that they used in it, like the plastic. And I was like, oh yeah, like, if you put it in me, like, I'm going to go insane. Like, you don't understand. It's really bad. Like, I will die. And they were like, what? And so then, like, they bring the tube in. I pretended to have a seizure. I pretended not only to have a seizure, but I pretended to have a full-on, like I was, like, twitching and, like, it's not funny because it wasn't nice, but I was like, I will do anything to not get this tube inside of me. They didn't touch me, and then they didn't put it in because they got scared. My mom was watching me this whole time just like, I've raised a monster. She was like, I've raised a monster. They walked away and my mom was like, yes, you're grounded. And I don't know, I honestly don't know why she didn't say anything. I don't know why they didn't, I don't know. But like, they actually believed me. They didn't touch me, and thankfully, the situation wasn't bad enough that they like had to put it in. because like now thinking about it, I'm like, dude, that could have really hurt you in the long run. Like if they really had to put that tube in you, otherwise you would die, like that would have been horrible for you. Like I really scared them. They were really scared. I'm a horrible person. So this one isn't as much as like a funny story, it's just like a really intense story. So basically, this happened in 2015, 2016 after a surgery that I had. It was like a huge surgery. So I was in recovery, you know, it was like one of the, like it was like the last week of my recovery. And so they had to take out the stitches. Well, these surgeons for whatever reason decided to put the stitches like too deep inside of me. My mom and dad had gone to like back home because we live half an hour away from our hospital. So they decided to come back home, but they're always there with me. They just decided to leave that for like a few hours. And just my luck, in those few hours, like the doctor comes in and he was like, hey, we gotta take the stitches out. And I was like, okay, cool, no problem. But then he was like, he checked and he was like, wow, this is gonna be like a more intense thing than we thought because they're too deep inside. We're gonna put some numbing cream on. We'll wait for your parents to come back here. And the doctor left. My doctor left. And this other doctor that was like part, because I have a team of like, I want to say 10-ish doctors, and some of them I know really well, some of them I don't know too well, but like one of them that was like his assistant or something, he comes into my room and like with his little entourage like team, and I was like, what's going on? He's like, we're gonna do this right now, we're gonna take the stitches out right now, I have to go home, I don't have time for this. And I was like, you don't have time for this? Buddy, I don't have time for this either, but do you think I want to be here? Like, he got scissors, like medical scissors obviously, and he got scissors and like the medical equipment, he put a mask on, and he full on like cut me open. And like, first of all, let me say, like, they had a blinding light on me. I was 15 at the time. I was in severe pain from surgery, so I couldn't just like hop out of the bed. I was connected to like a million wires, so I couldn't do anything. And then he literally cut into me and took the stitches out. And like, these were not normal stitches, like he cut me with the scissors. He did it all sterilely and that was fine, that wasn't the issue, but like the issue was that he did it without any numbing cream, without like waiting for my parents. My parents were 10 minutes away at this point. He did not wait for them to come back. He didn't wait for any of that or ask me if I was okay with it. He just freaking cut me open. And I was like, wait, and I was like screaming, I was sobbing, I was bleeding a lot. I remember, because I don't like confrontation, I hate confrontation, except when it's with doctors or nurses, because like doctors, I will take them out. I remember, because I don't really curse, actually, okay, wait, I don't like cursing, like curse words, but I do curse, like, for some reason. In some situations, I feel like if I curse, I'll be cool, so I curse, but like I don't like it, so I feel guilty, and like it's the whole thing, but I don't like cursing. And at that time, I did not curse at all. I kept trying to tell him, like, stop, what are you doing? Stop, stop, and he would not stop. And he just like kept going. It kept like taking the stitches out and moving the tubes around, and it freaking hurt. And then I had pain medicine, but like at that time, the pump wasn't activated in that moment, so like the pain medicine wasn't even kicking in. And so, I remember, because like my hands are super strong. I don't know why, like it's just weird, my hands are like really strong. I like got my hand out of the hold of his nurse team. I grabbed his face and I like pushed him away, and I was like, what the F? But I said the word. I was like, what the F are you doing? Like, I'm 15, you. And he was like, oh, and he kind of like stopped for a little bit, and then he had me held down again. And I was like screaming and bawling my eyes out, and then he kind of just like put it together, like sterilized it, and then he was like, okay, we're done, I gotta go home. And he literally just left. And I just sat there bawling my eyes out. And like the nurses who know me and the doctors who know me didn't know that was happening. And they came in, like the nurses heard screaming, so they ran in and they're like, are you okay? And I was like, no. And I like explained to them what happened. And then that doctor ran fast. Like he skirted out of there because he knew that he was about to be in a lot of freaking trouble. So he just like got in his car and was like, "Rah!" And then like, just like ran away. But I was like, dude, who does that to a freaking 12-year-old who, like a pediatric unit? I can't. Like that still is like... Okay, so this story is really funny. Also really embarrassing. But I used to have a Broviac line for my whole life in my chest. And right now I have a PIC line. You can't really see it. It's like not very visible. It's like deep. Okay. But anyway, I have a PIC line and I think I'm probably either going to get a Broviac line again or a port soon. I'm not sure. The surgery is going to be in April, but we'll see. Basically, I had a Broviac line and like the PIC line and Broviac line can't get wet at all because then it could get infected, then it could go to your bloodstream and your heart, and then you could be dead really soon. So it can't get wet at all. So I've never been able to like swim or anything. A lot of scars. I have like pretty big scars too. And on my stomach, because I've had like literally like, I don't even know, like 20 surgeries. I don't even know, it's a lot. So I always wore a one piece, but then I finally started becoming like confident enough with my own body that I was like, you know what, let's go for two piece. So I went to a pool party with like a bunch of people, a bunch of my friends. It was probably like 80 people or something. This was like 2 or 3 years ago, and I had a bikini, and I was like, okay, cool, and like the top just had like a little like hook. So it actually came undone really easily, which I didn't know because I'd never worn a frickin' bikini before. So then like we were in the pool, and I was like on the edge because like, you know, I can't go in. I think something fell in the pool and I bent down to grab it and the top snapped off and fell off, and I just stood there, and then I immediately went to put it back on, but my Brobiac line was in the center of my chest and it can't get wet. So I was just standing there like with this soaked top of the bikini in my hand, and I was just like, oh my gosh, and like I did not know what to do. I was like, I can't put it on because I'll go to the hospital. I was like, but I can't leave it there because I'm exposed. Thankfully, all my girlfriends, they were like, they saw me and they were like, oh, sister needs help, and like, and they were like waddling me to the bathroom so I could change. But all the boys were like super confused. Yeah, that was like the most horrifying thing ever, and I couldn't put it back on because I would have gone to the hospital, and I was just like, I hope you guys enjoyed these interesting, funny, scarring stories of my past in my medical hospital world. I'll share more with you guys if you guys want, but that's all for today. I have to go to an appointment right now, actually. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in my next video. I'm leaving right now, so I gotta go, okay? Bye guys, love you. Bye.